This is an HTC Vive. Once one of the best headsets that you could buy, it's now dirt cheap and available with the classic, tried and true Fresnel lenses. And the Quest 3. Small, powerful, recent, relatively affordable, with some of the nicest pancake lenses out there. Spoiler alert, it's one of the best bargains out there right now, and no, I'm not going to pop these out. And last but not least, here's a Vario Aero, a heart-stopping original price tag of $2,000. It's got some really nice aspherical lenses. There's a few things that make these headsets different from each other: resolution, screen types, and especially their prices. But I want to talk about what I think is the most important part in a VR headset. The lenses. Don't get me wrong, high-resolution displays are important too, but none of that matters when a crappy lens blurs it all up. There are three main types of lenses that you'll find on the market today with different strengths and weaknesses. Between these three headsets, we have a good example of all of them. We'll start with the most basic, Fresnel lenses. They were the standard for a very, very long time. You'll find Fresnel lenses in everything from the Quest 1, 2, Valve Index, the original Vive, Vive Pro I, Pro 2, and even most recently, the PSVR 2. Fresnel lenses are just plain clever. To understand this better, let's look at a big camera lens. The purpose of a lens is to bend light so that it all meets up in the same place, a focus point, shown by the light here. A Fresnel lens works by using all of these little grooves to redirect the light coming in into a single point. In the case of a VR headset, that single point is your pupil. What's nice about Fresnel is that they are simple and cheap, and quite frankly, that's why most VR headsets include them. A manufacturer can just get a big block of polycarbonate and cut prisms into it quick and dirty, boom, lens done. But that's really only good for the company making the headset and not the person using it. Due to the way that Fresnel lenses are made, they have an inherent problem with blur and God rays. In the center of a lens, light has a direct path to your pupil. But the farther from the center you get, the light has to be bent further and further to bring it back. This is why lenses have a sweet spot, and why Fresnel lenses specifically have horrible glare. They are just a bunch of ridges that bounce light around. In high contrast situations like white text on a black background, everything gets all gross and smeary. If we look back at our camera lens, we can see that it doesn't have any of these Fresnel rings. So why not use that style of lens in a VR headset? Well, it's expensive. When Meta builds a Quest 2, the lenses cost Meta around $20 for the pair, whereas this single camera lens cost around 10 times that. And that brings us to the Vario Aero and its aspherical lenses. These are really uncommon and already somewhat outdated. You'll see why. You'll only find these lenses on really expensive headsets like the Vario Aero and the Pimax Crystal, both of which MSRP'd for well over $1,000. That name, aspherical, basically means that these lenses have a bump in their trunk. They are great for clarity, like absolutely stunning great.
Oh my god, that is so real.
My friend Halo describes it best.
It's like you're looking through a window.
Aspherical lenses paired with super high density mini LED displays make for absolutely amazing visuals. And that sounds cool and all, but these things are very expensive to make and require a lot more material and effort to produce than Fresnel lenses. Headsets with aspherical lenses tend to be heavy, expensive, and big with a really bad field of view. The Aero's FOV is pretty bad. It's just not a great headset for a first-person shooter like Veil or Vertigo. There's another downfall to aspherical lenses that makes them a literal pain to use. Because of these complex curves, they distort your vision in a really weird way. There is distortion correction like all headsets of course, but if your eyes are used to Fresnel, they take some time to get used to. When I first got my Aero, my eyes hurt so bad trying to adjust that I could only wear it for a couple minutes at a time before pain set in. The ideal lens for a VR headset is one that doesn't distort much, is nice and thin, relatively cheap to make, and isn't absolutely smothered in glare. Now for the Quest 3. This little guy is remarkably smaller than his older brother, yet has a higher FOV and much improved clarity thanks to the newest standard of headset lens. Pancakes. Pancake lenses are great overall and can be found in the Pico 4, 4 Pro, Quest Pro, and Quest 3, as well as the Vision Pro and Big Screen Beyond. They are super thin and allow a VR headset to be much slimmer due to a concept called folded optics. That's what pancake lenses really are. They fold the light in half, letting it travel the same distance as a normal lens while being twice as close. They are also lighter and cheaper to manufacture than aspherical lenses, while being able to offer a better field of view. And if they are formulated well, they can offer near perfect edge-to-edge clarity. It's not all sunshine and rainbows though. Pancakes are not the absolute clearest and suffer from a relatively tiny bit of glare. The folded lens design means that light bounces between the lenses. This can result in a bit of glare, and the light has to travel a longer distance, meaning by the time it hits your eyes, a substantial amount of brightness can be lost. Using the Aero and the Quest 3 side by side, the pancake lenses of the Quest 3 also feel a little bit murky. Unless you had them side by side though, you'd never know. Overall, I'm really shocked and happy to see how close the Quest 3 gets to the Aero's visuals for half the price. I guess that's why the Aero was discontinued. A huge thank you to Torchhead, Mehime, Buttered Noodle, as well as Mid and Chase for joining the Patreon. I truly appreciate all of your support, and I hope that somebody learned something in this video.